go. Can we switch this thing around? I want to be it. Oh crap. Oh crap. I need to go over here. I'm looking this way. Should be looking this way. Okay. All right, let's go.
Guy friend of mine yelled at I am still processing tonight. A guy friend of mine yelled at me to shut the fuck up and let him talk. And this is a nice guy, right? I could have this, I'll probably have another video between nice and kind, but I was absolutely shocked. We were talking about the T app, and I could tell it was coming from a very emotional place and projections from his part, and I was just sharing the women experience and why something like the T app exists. 10% goes to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and he was arguing how for men, if a woman doesn't like a man, he can easily slander him and things like that. And I was explaining to him, yes, that's the case, but you can compare that to women survivors who go to
The tone in which she is speaking and everything right now, I guarantee you, was not the exact same tone. Because listen, I've seen these conversations take place, and most of the time, most of the time, people be trying to get their stuff off, but they just want to women be wanting to have a conversation with themselves. Like, what was the purpose? What is the purpose of me even being here, right? If we're gonna have a conversation, it should be a little bit of back and forth. Now, if you continue to overtalk or go on 30-minute rants talking about how 10% of this messy app, because come on, man, come on, like we've seen screenshots, we done heard about this doggone T app, how women are going on there literally just to be messy. Some of them are even lying about encounters with guys to keep certain women away from the guys that they trying to holler at. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And she want to get on here and play victim, but I guarantee you, this was not the same tone that she had when she was having a conversation with this guy. But we're gonna let her cook. Still shaking up.
And the court is usually not on the side of survivors, and so we already have so many things that aren't on our side. And
man, that's a lie. That's a lie. Listen, I'm gonna keep on interrupting. Are we not in a society where it's believe all women? How many guys have gotten locked up and years later, have gotten some type of settlement or whatever because they were completely guilty because of what a woman said? And this is nothing to joke about or anything, but if you guys don't know who Emmett Till is, go look it up. And this is a believe all women.
So when we have an app, I'm stumbling around my words because I'm still like processing. I don't do well with men who react that way from my history. And so, but the app was created for women to support women. You could put green flags on there. You could put red flags, but it felt like he didn't hear anything I was saying. And sharing how there's potential slander versus women's safety, right? Domestic violence. Men are the apex predator for women, and most of unaliving comes from men against their partners. And so it kind of even proved a point. And also the point of I was just debating.
Now, if you guys really want to go down the line of this domestic violence type of thing, like they even did a study. They did a study where it was men and women. The domestic violence for men and women, right? I forgot what the percentage is. If I figure out what it is, I will list it down below, or I'll try to overlay it. I'm probably not gonna overlay it. You can go look it up. But it was men and women in a relationship, and they had like the domestic violence percentage. They had men and men in a relationship. I don't condone that or whatever, but it's so crazy that that was actually the lowest number that came about. And then they did women with women, and that was by far the highest percentage in throughout the entire thing. I just find that so interesting because you have so many guys that have been getting abused for years in their relationships, physically, verbally, and those guys have been told for generations to just shut up and take it. Happy wife, happy life. How many times have we heard that? You can literally get on these doggone apps and see how many women talk down, put their hands on, and you have people down in the comments sitting here laughing at this mess. But again, we're gonna let her continue to try to push this crazy narrative. Let her rock.
Sharing my part, and it was getting him very frustrated to the point where he's an impassioned person, right? But then it tipped over and he yelled at me and said, "Shut the up." And the girls that were there, one girl stepped away and then the other girl was sitting, and they were shocked too. I don't know how to process it in terms of it being a guy friend. He did catch himself and then he apologized and apologized again. But it's when you go over the edge and that happens, it's not okay. And this is why emotional regulation is really important. And I'm proud of myself to tell him I didn't freeze. My past self would have frozen. I immediately said, that is not okay. You need to step back, cool down. I don't think we should have this conversation anymore. He didn't step back and he just paused. And then he continued with the conversation on a calmer note. So that wasn't truly boundary honoring. Is really, I'm just still processing this.
These people, my bad, y'all. These people get on TikTok and just be lying their butts off, boy. I mean, just be out here doing stuff for attention. Man, this is crazy. This is freaking insane, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I would absolutely love to have heard both sides of the coin. Because most of the time when you have individuals like this, they get on social media and they get their rocks off, they get it off their chest, and most of the guys, most of the time, the other party never speaks up. Now you do have those rare occasions. You do have those rare occasions where the other person does speak up, and the other person does have either some footage or some evidence, and that's when the tears start coming out. Like, no, man, y'all, they need to cut this mess out. This is crazy.
A guy friend. When guy friends are the guys that have been teaching me and showing me that it is a safe place. Yet, this stuff happened. And it just full circle makes the point, which he was not listening to. So it adds to men not listening to women, why women are threatened by men, and why there's fear and emotional regulation, saying that women are more emotional.
And this, my friends, is why it is so important for a woman to be protected from end to end, right? Wait. Hold on. Okay, it's important that you're protected from end to end. Growing up, and your father, should be looking after you. Your father is supposed to give you to, your husband or whatever, and you're covered from end to end. Why the hell are you in the presence of a guy any doggone way? If you quote unquote feel threatened, or whatever, if all of this stuff is so true, stay single, continue to chill and hang around with your friends. Don't get a man, or get a man. I think that the issue is most guys are just they're tired of people getting out here like this young lady playing the victim and trying to make it seem like woe is me. Like every man is out here to get women, to harm women, when that's not the case. I think that women are nurturers by nature, and I think that men are protectors by nature. We protect the people that we love. You know what I mean? And young lady, if you feel, and any woman out there that feels like guys are what she described men to be, then you can join that. What is that 4B movement, or whatever had came about, man. Whatever the case is, and just go on about your business, right? Stay away from men and do whatever it is that you continue to doing, instead of getting on here slandering, bashing, talking about this doggone T app that's been hacked I don't know how many times, and now you got a case out there, like 10 different cases I believe, that's been reported about that T app, because you have so many people out here, I mean, just completely sabotaging somebody's name. And most of those guys are probably not even bad people. You just have individuals that get in their feelings, emotional, and they start to put stuff out there into the world, and some of that stuff is not even true. But I want to hear from y'all, man. What do you guys think about this young lady right here, man? You see down in the comments, it's this. You got to be careful on TikTok. TikTok is a different beast, man. TikTok, I feel like it's a lot of people that share this particular mindset as this young lady. Like all of them have that victim mindset. But yeah, y'all let me know, what do you guys think down in the comments. I'm gonna scroll over this a little bit so y'all can see some of these crazy comments, man. Crazy. It's always the cat ladies, man. It's always them cat ladies, man. Then block them on all my social media. Good, good. That way you ain't got no more other content that you can say about this brother, man. He don't need to be around individuals like this anyway. For real. He super proved your point, boy. I tell you, I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna keep that thing to myself. I'm just gonna keep that stuff to myself, man. Boy, I tell you. Anyway, y'all let me know, what do you guys think down in the comments about this, man. Until the next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hamburger, boy, boy, boy.